Hello, welcome. My name is Victor, and today I'm gonna rank the disc golf companies and their silly season. Have they signed a big name? Have they signed a small name? Have they lost a player? Have they extended with some of their players? So that's what we're gonna do today, and it's gonna be all my thoughts. So if you think different, please leave a comment in the comment sections below, and it will be really interesting to hear your thoughts as well. So I'm gonna use Tier Maker as my program for ranking the companies, and I'm gonna have a ranking from S to F. So let's get right into it. And we start with one of the biggest name and in disc golf, but which had a big loss this off season. Discmania. They lost Simon Lisotte, which is one of the disc golf names that moved the most discs out there, I think, with his Tour Series discs and so on, the Mindbender, the Sky God and so on. He moves a ton of discs, so huge loss for Discmania. Everyone loves Simon, so they re-extended on the other hand with Kyle Klein for 4 years, and they signed with Gavin Babcock for 1 year. But still a bad silly season for them. I'm not gonna put them at F, because I think it's really good that they re-signed with Kyle Klein and they signed with Gavin Babcock. But let's carry on. Let's go to Dynamic Discs. Last year they had a super big year with signing Ricky, but this year they haven't done much. On the other hand, they lost Valerie and Mason Ford. They just re-extended with Zach Melton, Chris Clemens and Macy Valadias. So I think their silly season it's more of on the bad side than on the good side. I think losing Valerie is gonna be really bad for them. I think Valerie is gonna be a top player this year or maybe the next year. So I'm gonna put them at D. West side, nothing happened. I think they nothing happened. So I'm gonna put them at C, neutral. Lone Star Discs, the company with a lot of money, they have signed with some really good players, but maybe not the players everyone love. They have signed with Nicole Castro, Emerson Keith, and it's one more name here, Kramer they extended with. So for being a Lone Star, I think this was actually a good silly season for them. Both getting Emerson Keith and Nicole Castro is gonna get them some coverage on chase cards or maybe on lead cards as well. So people are gonna see their plastic more, and I think they have gotten good names, maybe not the names people love, but it was a good silly season for them. TSA, what can I say? They signed with James Proctor, Matt Bell, Thomas Gilbert, some good names that people are gonna see more of their plastic. Maybe not the biggest name, but still some good names. I'm gonna put them at B. Same thing with Clash Discs. I'm gonna put them at B as well. Clash, where are you? There. They signed with some good players here as well. Erica Stinchcomb or Bomb, how do you pronounce her name? James Proctor, Oakley, that throws their disc as well. Really impressed with Clash Discs. They have produced a lot of molds these couple of years, or like 1 year, and getting some big names that are throwing their discs. So real good for them, and I'm gonna put them at B. They had a good signings this off season. DGA, they signed with Austin Hannum, and I think that's because Katrina Allen is signed with them. So Katrina Allen extended with 1 year, and Austin Hannum signed with them for 1 year. Nothing special. Actually, I'm gonna put them at C. Nothing special. Here we go to the bigger names. I'm a Latitude 64 fanboy, so I'm gonna be biased towards them. So I'm gonna put them at E. I really thought that they were gonna have a big signing this off season. I know they have a lot. They have money. Dynamic Discs had a super big signing on the men's side last year. They had a big signing on the women's side as well. Conor Pennis didn't have the best season, but still. Latitude 64 have Kristen Tatar. They signed with Linus Karlsson last year. They extended with Linus Karlsson this year, but I really thought they were going for a big name on the men's side from the from an American player. But they didn't. They extended with Tanner, they extended with Silverlet and Rebecca Cox, and they signed with Jake Heibenheimer. I'm gonna put them at D. I really thought they were going to go for a big name this offseason, but they didn't. So I'm gonna put them at D. Let's move on to Prodigy. Prodigy lost Gilbert, they lost Babcock, they extended with Alden Harris, and the second year in a row that they lose players more than they are getting. So what can you say? Next year, Gannon Burr's contracts I think is over, and if he goes to another team, it's like the only big name they have is Kevin Jones. I know that they have Luke Humphries and so on as well, and they have Alden Harris, but still losing big names. I'm gonna put them at E. Casta Past signed with Stacey Ronsley, and I'm a Swedish boy, so I'm gonna put them at S. No, I'm gonna put them at C. Nothing special, nothing bad. Mint Discs, Mason Ford, nothing special. Put them at C. Infinite Disc, I haven't seen any signings there, I think, so I'm gonna put them at C. Let's go to Innova. Innova lost Barella, big loss, but they extended Calvin Heimberg for 5 years, and they extended with Evelina and Hannah for 3 years. Those two names alone, Evelina and Hannah, I think is going to be winning a lot of more wins this year, or like in a couple of years. They are getting so good throwers. If they are just getting a bit better with their putting, they're going to win a lot more. So on the women's side, that's two bigs extended. Calvin is really good to extend as well. He's going to move some destroyers, I know that. And they re-signed Gerthy as well. So I'm going to put Innova at B. This wasn't it's bad that Barella left, but they really had some nice extended players, which I think deserves a B spot. So let's move on to like two big names that have like the best silly seasons this year. MVP signs with Samuel Lisotte, extends with James Conrad. Samuel Lisotte alone is going to move so much disc for them. I think this was the year's biggest move this offseason, and I think it deserves the S spot. So congratulations MVP and Samuel Lisotte. I hope you're gonna work good together. Love seeing Simon throwing some new plastic. Big loss for Discmania, and that's why they are down here. But they deserve an S spot. Discraft, what have they done? Paige Chu, 1 year. Valerie, 1 year. Ezra, Brody, Gossage, Ellis, extensions, and they signed with Barella. Valerie, I think, is going to be a top player, so I think that's a big signing on the women's side. Barella throws far. He's going to move some distance drivers, molds. I'm sure about that. But their team right now just looks so dangerous. Ezra, Brody moves plastics. I think this was a good off-season for them. I want to put them at A, maybe even S. But I think MVP deserves that lone spot in the top with Simon signing. So this is my ranking of the silly season for this year. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Please let me know in the comment sections below. I didn't put anyone at F, that felt so hard, but if I'm gonna do that, Discmania may maybe be there. But I think both Prodigy and Discmania had a bad year. I might even do like that, but I'm not. So, what are your thoughts about this? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Please let me know. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it would mean a lot to me. But if you don't want to do that, don't do that. Just leave a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.